Okay, so let's start talking to Isabella.
Why do you always win at cards?
Oh, there's Meryl again.
Because I cheat, kitten. This trinket, it's elven, isn't it? From your clan. Don't bet anything you're not prepared to lose. Here, have it back.
Oh yeah, she's just leaving because she's like, fuck you.
A jigger
Meryl.
of your finest whiskey for my friend over here. The hanged man's finest isn't much, but it'll get you just as drunk as anything you'll find in Hightown.
That's generous of you.
What's coin if not for spending, eh?
You could save up to buy yourself a new ship.
There you go, ruining our fun with good sense. I thought I'd have to watch myself around you, but as it turns out, you're all right.
What do you mean I'm all right?
You don't judge people. You're not afraid to get your hands dirty. You know, little things like that. If I had someone like you on board my ship when the storm hit, maybe we wouldn't have been shipwrecked.
Thinking about what might have been is pointless.
You're right, of course. Forget the past, celebrate the present.
Okay, well we got friendship from
You
her.
have such pretty hair. What a lovely color.
Other children used to laugh at me for having ginger hair.
Really? Oh, I bet you were cute. Did you have pigtails?
Sometimes.
How precious. Little Aveline running around the village with her flaming orange pigtails streaming behind her. And little boys all scattering and screaming for mercy as she approached.
Shut up, whore.
Oh wow.
I think I need a bath.
Okay. So did we give Isabella the gift? I thought we didn't, but I guess we did. Okay.
Do you think I need a bath?
Do you ever feel like the world's getting...
So I guess next we'll see what Varric's up to and what he has to say.
You have got to hear this, Hawk. There's this tale making the rounds. They're saying you single-handedly fought off a pirate invasion at midnight on the sacred ground of the Chantry.
This sounds like something you would say, Varric.
Me? I'm hurt you'd think I'd spread such a half-spun tale. I tell people how you arm wrestled a 100-foot-tall golem in the deep roads. Just don't be surprised if people seem in awe.
What compels you to spin these ridiculous tales?
I love the sound of my own voice, and I'm a compulsive liar. Honestly, I don't know. It's just something I do. There's power in stories, though. That's all history is. The best tales, the ones that last. Might as well be mine.
That's a good good point there, actually.
I find it hard to believe you're spreading these stories without getting something in return.
Well, that just shows what you know, Hawk. The stories are their own reward. You really need to see the look on someone's face when I tell them you ripped the arms off an ogre. Just once.
Wouldn't it make more sense for you to be the main character in these tall tales of yours?
There's a recipe to a good hero, Hawk. It's like alchemy. One part down to earth, one part selfless nobility, 2 parts crazy, and you season liberally with wild falsehoods. You let that percolate through a good audience for a while, and when it's done, you've got your hero.
And exactly how many taverns have heard this particular story?
I only frequent the nice ones. Where it goes afterward is anybody's guess. You're beautiful, deadly, and hang out with fantastic dwarves. It would be a crime if people didn't talk about you. Anyway, I'll quit exaggerating before it goes to your head.
Okay, yeah, so that's... It's interesting because that's like the whole thing with this game. The dynamic is Varric telling a bunch of bullshit, and then Cassandra being like, that didn't actually happen, and then you get the real story. So it's like the whole unreliable narrator thing. You actually get to call him out on that. Like, why the fuck are you such a lying piece of shit? And why do you make up bullshit that's not true?
So,
Sir Roderick.
anyone knows Karen? Has he done anything wrong? Doing a little right.
Right then.
What's a speed griffin?
Let's see, companions. Yeah, we'll bring we'll make a little trip here. So we're gonna go to the Chantry and give the fucking bow to... I thought I already gave it to him.
Losing.
You have pretty eyes.
I have pretty eyes.
You elves have such pretty eyes. Even the men. It makes me want to pluck them out and wear them as a necklace.
I wouldn't suggest trying.
Oh, I would never try. Not without reason, of course.
Forget I said anything.
Okay, then. Speaking of Fenris, though, what can I give him anything that's better than what he has? Nope. What he has is better. Definitely better. Okay. I just wanted to check that real quick. Alright, let's give him his bow.
I think this is yours.
My grandfather's bow, but where did you get it?
One of the Flint Company mercenaries had it.
Thank you. It's hard to mourn the loss of a thing while my family lies dead. But I did think of it.
What's the story behind that bow?
As the youngest son, it was my place to lead Starkhaven's militia. But I never had a talent for swordplay. Too much getting hit. My grandfather said the bow is the wise man's weapon. You can defend your city without opening its gates. Grandfather said the day I could pull the string on his bow, it would be mine.
Then why didn't you have it with you?
I was 13 when my grandfather made me that promise. I would rise at dawn to practice my shots until I could hit the eye slit of a helmet from the top of the ramparts. But my parents pledged me to the Chantry before I could show him.
Were you and your grandfather close?
He was a man of the world, Prince of Starkhaven. But he had the most unshakable faith in the Maker. When my parents threatened to pledge me to the Chantry, he told me he'd gladly trade his title for a life of contemplation. The Maker ordained a place for each of us, I remember him saying. We have only to serve.
Think of them with every arrow you fire to retake your land.
Yes, this will be a fitting weapon to carry against the usurpers. Thank you for thinking of me, Hawk.
So it's a rivalry we're cooking up with Sebastian. What about the other characters? I just want to see. Wait, it doesn't show me that. It usually shows me the rivalry, doesn't it? Okay, you have to click on this. Yeah. Friend, for the most part. Kind of neutral friend. Okay. And then with Anders, I think we're a friend. And with Meryl, we're like a straight, like, complete rival. So. Let's... Okay, Meryl was pissed off, but she didn't actually leave the party, which is kind of interesting. So she can't be that upset. Still kind of feels weird to bring her along, though. You know? Sebastian and Anders. Why not?